I am Tatsuo Hirayama. I was the Japanese ambassador when this book was first published in Trinidad and Tobago. I was so grateful for this book because, as far as I know, this is one of the very few books about Japan written by a Trinbagonian author. The book introduces and promotes the Japanese nature and culture.
Hello everyone. Alright, so thanks for coming out to my story time. My name is Phillip, and I wrote this book, Petra and the Poui. The story of Petra and the Poui is a story about a Trinidadian girl, a Trinbagonian girl named Petra, who loves Poui trees. The trees in Trinidad and Tobago, some of them are pink, you get them yellow as well, or purple. But the main one that I focus on is the pink ones. So I noticed that the cherry blossoms of Japan was very similar in look. Like when you look at them from a distance, the cherry trees of Japan look very similar to the Poui trees in Trinidad and Tobago, especially with the pink flowers. Just like her, I grew up looking at, as she looked at her travel vlog and saw the cherry blossoms of Japan, I'd always see these beautiful cherry blossom flowers just scattered throughout all Japanese media. And I was always so fascinated, and one of the main reasons I wanted to go to Japan is to see these cherry blossoms. I just couldn't wait. When I got to Japan and I observed the flowers, they reminded me so much of the Poui trees back home, and it made me gain an appreciation. I was like, I gained a new appreciation for the flowers that were right under my nose, that it just inspired me so much to write this book. I just want to go to Japan to see the Sakura trees. Japan? You think that's nothing much? Do you think money grows on trees? What are some of the favorite places for me to see cherry blossoms in Japan? So many, I can name a few. Kudanshita, as soon as you step out of the subway, there are so many blossoming trees, especially in peak spring. They just fall in, it's quite a scene. And you can take paddle boats as well. There's a river that you could paddle through. My wife and I used to love to do that. I even took my mom there as well. She visited me at springtime and it was really lovely. Also, I like to go to Ueno Park. That's a fantastic place to go. Definitely a must do. In Kyoto, there's my favorite temple called Kiyomizu-dera. I visited there at springtime as well, even though I might have gone there a little too early to catch the full bloom, but it was really nice as well. And Omiya Koen, that's another beautiful park. I just love to sit there, enjoy the picnic with my wife, and just look at the beautiful flowers. As the spring breeze reached the sakura trees, the small petals scattered, sailing in slow motion through the air until softly landing on the path. It's perfect, Petra whispered. Yeah, so there we are. Nice. So let's see what Petra does next. I'd say the book is doing much better than I thought that it would. When you write something as a first-time author, you don't know what exactly to expect. But the reviews I got from children, the many stores that take the book, I was even privileged enough to read at the president's residence to some children, which was an honor to me. I was shocked that they even chose me to do something like that. The book has been featured on TV numerous times, on the internet, different companies. So I'd say it's doing pretty well, even with sales as well. So the first book, Petra and the Poui, it speaks about basically my experience in a nutshell of always wanting to go to Japan, seeing the nature, seeing the culture, and after going there, gaining a newfound appreciation for my home. That book with how Petra sees the cherry blossoms in the park for the first time mirrors my experience of seeing the cherry blossoms for my first time, as well as through my mother's eyes when she got there as well too. It was something else. Also, the second book that I wrote, Petra and the Pan Man's Daughter, which is a sequel, speaks about a Japanese pan player. And I actually befriended some Japanese pan players. Steel pan is the national instrument of my country. And seeing the appreciation that Japanese people had for our instrument all the way halfway across the world was something else. So that inspired me as well. And even my third book that I intend to write and all the sequels that I intend to do is my special way of kind of just like immortalizing in a way or encapsulating my memories of Japan.